Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Metzia, page 118b, top of the page, with the words Uma ata omer ahachi kamar le, etc. And what is the meaning of the phrase, do you say so? This is what they were saying to him. If we apply the opinion from your statement that one may volunteer as an unpaid bailee to our statement that the sages instituted a directive to give him 4 dinars, the result is that communal offerings do not come from communal funds as required. And likewise, when Ravin came from Eretz Yisrael to Babylonia, he said that Rabbi Yochanan says, the question of whether or not we are concerned about violent people is the difference between the opinions of the rabbis and Rabbi Yossi. In other words, that is the crux of their dispute. New Mishnah: Hamotzi Zevel Rishus Rabim, Hamotzi Motzi Mezabel Mezabel. In the case of one who takes manure out to the public domain in order for it to be transported to fertilize a field, he who takes it out from his property takes it out, and immediately he who takes it to fertilize the field takes it to fertilize the field. They must relocate the manure immediately without allowing it to sit around in the public domain. Similarly, one may not soak clay in the public domain before it is needed, and one may not mold bricks in the public domain, since this takes a long time and inhibits use of the public domain by others. But one may need clay in the public domain, as this process does not take long, but not bricks. With regard to one who builds a structure, keeping the building materials in the public domain, he who brings the stones brings them, and immediately he who builds the structure builds with them, and may not leave them there. And if the stones cause damage before he had a chance to build them into the structure, he must pay for what he damaged. The Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says one may even prepare his work 30 days beforehand. He may keep the building materials in the public domain for that duration. That's the end of the Mishnah. Gemara says, the Gemara suggests, let us say that the Mishnah is not in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, as is taught in Brighton to Sefta 11:8. Rabbi Yehuda says, when it is the time for the manure to be taken out, a person may take his manure out into the public domain and may pile it up for all 30 days so that it will be trodden on by the feet of people and by the feet of animals, to prepare it for use as fertilizer, since it was on this condition that Joshua bequeathed Eretz Yisrael to the Jewish people. In other words, it is universally accepted that some will relinquish certain rights for the sake of others. And although it may be a nuisance for certain people, this practice is allowed. And the Gemara responds, you may even say that the Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, since Rabbi Yehuda concedes that although he acted within his rights, if the manure caused damage, the one who placed it there is liable to pay. The Gemara asks, but didn't we learn in the Mishnah, Bava 62b, Rabbi Yehuda concedes with regard to a Hanukkah lamp placed in the domain that ignited a fire and caused damage. He is exempt because he acts with permission. What is the reason he is exempt? Not that he acted with the permission of the court, to use the public domain in this manner, which indicates that one who acts with court permission is exempt from liability for damage. The Gemara rejects this suggestion. No. It means that he has the permission of a mitzvah. Since it is a mitzvah to place the Hanukkah lamp outside, he is exempt from paying for the damage he caused. The mere right to place an item in public domain does not exempt the owner from liability. The Gemara asks, but isn't it Tana Braita with regard to all these cases in which the sages said that it is permitted for people to place obstacles in the public domain if they cause damage? These people are liable to pay, and Rabbi Yehuda exempts them. Evidently, according to Rabbi Yehuda, if one has the permission of the court to put an item in the public domain, he is exempt from paying damages. Rather, it is clear that the mission is not in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Hello. Amar Baya, not Ella, just Amar Baya. Baya said, "You know what we'll do? We'll leave this we'll do this for part 2. This will be part 2. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do this next thing in part 2. That's the best."